Alrighty, here we go. Welcome to episode 17, I believe, our Avalon campaign. Who would like to do the recap for anybody watching this stream? And remember, you get a point of DM inspiration for doing so.
I'll give it a right wrong go if I can
Righty?
recollect it from
Please
memory.
do.
Righto.
I've got a recap on the Google Doc if you want it, Jordan.
Okay, I will skim over that and add in my own little flair. Because, of course.
Yeah, a lot happened last session.
A lot.
A lot did happen.
Session 16.
Share with me.
We slayed Big Boy Nani, and
Good.
then we had a kamikaze.
There we go.
Yeah.
Is it still the same document?
Should be. If you scroll right down to the bottom, there should be session 16. That one there.
I see. Yes. Okay. So our story started from atop on the what was it? Dragon's Tooth, I think it was, or just the
On the
mountains
heads.
on the heads. That's it. The heads, where we had awoken the sleeper, who turned out to be a giant zombie dragon, I believe, who was able to control.
I think it was a
that's pretty
flying rat. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
fine.
Vermin, as he'd like to call
Oh,
it.
Bishop has just redeemed Cat Cam. I'll go grab one of the boogies in a minute.
Oh dear. So we had awoken the sleeper, which was a zombie dragon who was able to control a bunch of his minions. So we quickly escaped with I'm not good with names. Diana and
Alright, yep.
Samara. Diana and Samara had caught us just in time, so they grabbed us and Wayne and brought us back down to Skellig, where we had a little bit of a chat. Zane was kind of not around for that session. He was doing his own thing for a little bit.
Mum.
He was having lunch with his mum. So we had traveled back down to Skellig, prepared the townspeople, got them all armed up, and ready on the front, and awaited the sleeper. He arrived. We decided to do our best to try and sort of reduce the mouths because the townspeople were in danger before we went for the head. Now, this is when Jugal had loaded up a jacket, I believe, or a coat full of the magical bombs and basically kamikazed into the zombie dragon, splitting him in half, which angered him quite heavily. And after a quite lengthy and what looked like a very not happy battle, we'd finally defeated him, with Aelirith giving a lovely sonnet or a poem, basically telling the dragon to, you're gone,
off.
mate.
Yeah.
And these lands ain't yours anymore, boy. They're my girls, boy. They're my girls, boy. So we defeated him. We've now secured a bit more safety for the town of Skellig. And hopefully that sets us on the track for discovering what actually is going on in regards to the power that was being funneled from here and the witch's finger. Yeah. And Zane has come back with a brand new look. We are yet to discover what he's done with himself, and so is he.
Yeah.
He's yet to discover what's going on with himself. And here we are at the end of the battle, cleaning up, licking our wounds.
Very nice. Thank you for that, Geordie. Please add 1 point of DM inspiration to your sheet. Yeah. So yeah, as our lovely Geordie said, we had a huge battle last session that unfortunately did culminate in the loss of one of our party members. He's taken a bit of a break from the table at the moment, but we might see him back another time. So this is immediately after the battle that you guys just faced. So this is immediately after the battle you guys just faced. You've just discovered Jugal's body. What would you like to do?
I think that we should probably find a
The
tree.
kids, where
Yeah,
they
find the
planted
kids.
seed,
Definitely
and
find the
plant his
kids.
body right beside
But-
the seed. Yeah.
That,
Understand.
or we could maybe hollow out a still living tree, place him in there, sort of like a birthing tree, I think,
Yeah, we could do
I
that.
mean,
in a way, so that it can
Put
wrap
back
him
to
up
nature.
and put him back with nature.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let the nutrients, but a tree from around here, I think,
Yeah.
because we don't really know exactly where he came from, do we?
No.
Not really, no.
No.
All
I
right.
think that's best.
So, as you guys approach Jugal's body, Wayne is the first among you to reach him. After Jugal managed to wheeze out his last goodbyes, Wayne is the first to pick up what's left of him in his arms, and you see Wayne curled over his friend's body, tears rolling down his face. He's silent, but he looks up towards the rest of you with a tear-stained face and just shakes his head. He can't talk. As he does that, and you guys watch him, Diana and Samara approach. Aelirith, you feel a warm hand on your shoulder as Diana comes up behind you and places it on your shoulder slightly, and she says, "We can send him off later, but for now we need to clean this up." As she gestures towards the slowly melting body of the dragon that's sort of lying in front of you guys. I don't have the token for the map. We've just updated our foundry today, so there's been a few little bugs. But just imagine, I'll just draw them. It's just this big blob all in there. Just imagine that's the dragon's body just in there.
I'm
and
imagining.
everyone say with me, Volcats! Wait, what? We're gonna fit all of that in that
All that
tiny little vial.
I mean, no, given your guys' fucking past history for shoving shit into bottles, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, we could do it. It might be a struggle, but we could do it.
What type of rolls do I need to roll in terms
got
of
mage hand, you
magically
don't need to touch it.
squeezing all of Avalon into a vial.
There would be a lot, and there would be an incredibly high DC, so it is entirely up to you how you want to go.
A quest for later.
Quest for later, maybe. All right. So as you guys approach are you going to approach the body
Of the dragon.
of the dragon? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to kick it in the fucking head.
Okay.
Roll for kick.
I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You can quite comfortably kick him square in the fucking face.
Hell yes. I'm gonna
I'll
crush
cast
it.
Mage Hand to kind of use it to move bits of the dragon around, so I'm not touching it because I don't know if it's still
Probably a good
listed
idea.
or whatever. Yeah.
I
I'm
just,
just gonna
like
go head
really need to
first.
go to the bathroom, you know, after having a lunch with my mum and
Yeah,
being in
you've
the
been
water
in
for
a lot of
hours.
water for a long time. Best
Can
place-
I
best
take
thing.
aim and whiz all over this dragon?
Yeah,
Well,
aim,
not all over
can
it,
I get
just
you to
on the
roll a
fucking face.
piss check?
A piss check? Yeah, rolling it.
Just do it on your constitution, bud.
Hold up, I need to find my dice board. There it is. Piss check. Let's do it.
Roll for piss.
And I rolled a 11 plus 2 for Constitution. That's a 13.
You
It's not
unleash an ungodly torrent of urine on this thing. And
Unfortunately,
you
the
can't tell,
backsplash.
yeah, no, you can't tell if it's just the fact of your piss hitting this thing's dead body that's making it steam, but it looks like there's like steam coming up. It's whether it's just the temperature.
Yeah.
But yeah, you literally take a fat steaming piss on this thing's body. Hopefully, no one else got there before you, so you're not pissing on them.
You laid a claim to the body.
Kinura, you should probably do that too, actually. now that I think about
Yeah, I'm gonna vomit all over it.
it. Okay.
Zane doesn't know if it's because she's seen his appendage or the dragon.
All right. So, Kinura, what happens as you approach this thing's body? Do you remember what it said to you at the end of last session?
Brain dead.
Okay. It said the heads are yours for now. So, as you approach this creature's body, you know the sickness and the deep unwellness and discomfort that you felt coming
My
from the
mad
dragon's
dragon hangover.
your mad dragon hangover. You're feeling it drop away from you, like you're standing under a shower and it's just washing off you as you approach this thing's body. You're starting to feel a simmering sense of power deep in your chest. And there's also a little voice in the back of your head that's going to tell you exactly what to do. I'm just going to flick your DM quickly just so you know. So I'm going to spoil it.
Oh, my notes didn't save. My PDF didn't save all the notes, so I spent like all fucking yesterday typing up.
Oh fuck.
I am so upset.
That sucks, man.
I know, right? Let me
Was it
see
backed
if
up? Are
maybe
you
I
able to
save
find
it
a
to a
backup
different PDF.
or a temp
That's I'm going through the backups.
It's not there.
But for some reason Adobe Acrobat now has this weird ass thing that comes up saying that it's not compatible with Windows 11 anymore. So I don't know.
Bro, Adobe Acrobat just gonna get stuffed.
Windows 11 sucks.
That's
Ass.
Windows 11 can suck my fat nuts, as far as I'm concerned. I have strong feelings.
Oh no, no, no! I don't know about that one.
All right, so you got my message there, Kinura?
Yes,
I want
have.
you to walk up and do that. It's entirely up to you
Uh,
how you do it. It's just got to be cool.
Aelith, darling, would you mind giving me a hand?
Oh, certainly. What do you need?
You of course don't have to touch it. But I would ask you to use your mage hand to pick up the skull for me and hold it.
Okay. Where do you want me to hold it?
All right. I will let you know. Your mage hand can only carry about 10 pounds.
10 pounds. Yeah.
This thing's head weighs a lot
big.
more than 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Can you stick your fingers in its nose and drag it?
He can lift it slightly off, like the front of it off the ground, but you can't like lift the entire thing up.
I would
Drag
like
it
to
around.
do a Spyro front flip and head first into it.
Fuck yeah! All right. Okay. Awesome. Roll a melee spell attack for that one, but I want to see how much damage. You do.
Cool.
Because this is you quite literally locking horns with this thing.
You know what I will do? Melee spell. And we're out of battle, aren't we?
Yep, you are.
Would you allow me to roll it at a higher level?
Sure.
Just the damage?
Just damage.
Out of 36.
Okay. Kinura, what happens is Aelorith lifts the snout of this thing slightly off the ground as you somehow execute a series of like long running jumps, leap into the air and do a flip and come smashing down headfirst onto this thing with your horns colliding with this skull. And as you do so, there is a flash of purulent green light, and the undead skull of this thing just explodes into shards of muck and rotted bone, and the stench is outrageous. But having destroyed this thing's head, that simmering sense of power that you felt inside you suddenly flares to life like a coal that's had gasoline poured on it. And there's going to be a couple of things happen, because this is your level up in action. You know how you shed very recently, like right before this battle, when you had the Master Restoration put through on you? You watch as the colors of green and black ripple across your scales. Your normally beautifully copper-colored scales on your arms and your hands and on your face are washed with these flowing colors of black and green, black and green, black and green, as you are absorbing the power that this thing held within it, establishing dominance and establishing territory over the Lake of Skellig. The second thing that happens is you feel a itching on your shoulder blades and a slight burning sensation.
Oh, sorry, that's mine. Never mind.
But we'll come back to that in a minute. So you guys have just watched her smash the absolute fuck out of this thing's head. What would you like to do from here?
Are we able to collect some of its goop?
Yeah, sure. Do it. Make a dex check for me though.
Right.
You take 56
that's
points.
an
No,
eight.
no.
Acid damage.
No, luckily, Kinura did this before you guys tried that. So,
8.
you managed to collect one vial of undead.
One
Undead
dead
dragon
vial of
goop.
dragon goop.
Standard unit of measurement.
Standard unit of
Everyone's
measurement,
got-
one vial.
Yeah.
We have
I'm
to
glad it's
determine how
not the
big these vials
splooge.
are, guys. Yeah.
It's SI. The vial is SI.
Yeah. Go, vial cats. All right. So as you guys are doing this, there are sounds around you of cries of pain, and the sound of people basically trying to pull the wounded into the tents that the Fisher Wives have got set up along the back line here to try and pull some of the injured folk in and sort of start to try and take care of the bodies. There are a lot of bodies. The Battle of Skellig was deadly, but the city still stands. You've collected your dragon goop. Wayne is still holding the shattered body of your friend. What would you guys like to do from here?
Let's bury him and head back to Merlin, right?
Well, we should also make sure the town is alright and can handle itself before we leave them. Not just going to destroy the town and then just say, alright, see ya.
Later, Bolt.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think
We gotta...
first we should help with recovery efforts, just moving people to healers and things like that.
Mhm.
That should be our very first priority. We can clean up sort of a bit later, but that's dire need.
People who are still alive.
Mhm.
So I'm going to get you guys each to roll a d20 for me.
Yep.
I'm going to do a collaborative roll here.
I got a
15.
15. Ooh.
Ooh, okay.
I got a
That's
big one
Jeez.
ready.
Yep.
4.
That's fine, because the two girls in STEM got a 15. The DC was 30 for all three of you, so you're fine. So you guys managed to successfully assist with getting about 15 people into the sort of quickly established triage tents. As you see the fishwives start to go to work with like helping stitch people together. You see some of the wizards from the arcane division sort of start summoning some shields and healing spells and that sort of thing. And Diana and Samara both sort of nod you guys farewell as they're sort of assisting with taking both the bodies and the injured folk through the triage tents. So they are over here. Where is he? Hold on a minute. As you guys are doing so, you see Gordon. He's made himself a crutch out of a piece of blasted off ship wood, and he limps his way over to the rest of you as you're sort of standing there around Jugal's body. You see he's got quite a devastating wound to the side of his head. There's blood all down him on one side, and his leg looks pretty fucking busted. As he approaches you and he goes, well, all that hullabaloo for a pile of sludge on the end of the dock. You've done well. You wouldn't have been able to do it without you. You would have woken up one day, sooner or later anyway, so I'm best that he did it now and you took him out. Sorry about your friend. Do you know what his people do for burial practices and that sort of stuff? We do them slightly differently here in this game. We put them to sleep with the sea.
I would say it's a similar concept, but with the land.
You reckon? Jugal's never good with trees or nature or.
We should return him to his love.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, tree. Where's the nearest tree?
Yes.
One that's laying down on its side. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and the man's not here to defend himself. All right, so Gordon tells you guys about a small stand of trees and stuff just outside of Skellig, sort of roughly but halfway between like here and the heads. You guys pass through it a couple of times, and he says, well, if he needs to be buried among the trees and whatnot, that's probably your best bet. It's far enough out the way that the tide won't get to it. But I'm gonna go get my leg looked at before it falls off. So you see him sway slightly on his crutch. He starts to go a bit pale. There's clearly quite a lot of blood loss happening. I'll just be over here, and as he's about to take a step, he stumbles, and you see Mother Tilly sort of see him go to take a step and fall, and she just sticks out one of her arms and grabs him by the shoulder and holds him up as his crutch falls to the ground. And she goes, "Not like that, you won't, my love. Come on, we'll take care of you." And she sort of wraps her arm, like her big, glorious, beefy arm around his shoulder and starts to escort him off. And as he goes, he sort of waves over his shoulder and continues to limp through to the triage tents. So, what would you guys like to do here?
We have found the spots to bury Jugal.
Yeah,
Or
get to
what's
those
left
trees.
of him. It's kind of mystified. Made into a mist. So I guess we only need a small hole for a little bit of chunks.
Well, like his upper body is still like
Ah,
kind
okay.
of human shaped. It's just his lower body is like
All
not
gone,
there.
alright.
Not so human.
Man's can't perform with his trees no more. Damn.
Damn.
One last time.
I
Oh,
was gonna say, is it gonna be like you ever
Do we
heard
need
of
to do any
soaking?
rolls to...
oh,
Very
we're not
To
bringing,
third person.
we are not bringing Mormon sexual practices into this. I'm telling you
We
that
checked
right
the
now.
tree for him.
Yeah, we gotta do it for you.
Ah, he's still warm. No.
Oh,
Oh,
Zane
God.
really out here putting the fun in funeral. Fuck's sake.
Oh god.
I told you Zane's a little bit munted from...
Yeah, he's not okay. He's not right. Oh no. All right, so you guys don't know what the Acorn of Undeath does. I don't know if you guys know that he did that, like in game.
That's why I said to bury him where the kids planted the acorn, but...
We weren't really around to hear that in battle.
Yeah, you guys were all kind of
I
busy.
I was
So,
still about
I
a
mean,
good like
he
20,
threw
30 feet
the
away from
acorn
him
and
when he yelled at the
shouted.
kids.
at the time, Zane, you weren't there. I don't think.
No.
I thought, no,
So, yeah.
I
I
was
don't
there.
think so.
Because he
Not
was
with
kind of
me.
over here.
Oh,
I mean, you guys don't know what it does. So if you want to like bury him out in the on the like wetlands. The effect of the Acorn of Undeath is not known to you guys yet, but the plan that you have from a DM perspective is pretty good. So,
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
let's take us to So it's the area not far from where you guys fought the cloaker and had all that other stuff going on. So
Yeah.
We've finished everything up here that Merlin asked of us, right? That's the stopping of the
pretty much.
storms and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
This quest complete in terms of
No
that.
more storms.
Well, you won't know that until you check in with Master Urlock, but it's a pretty decent assumption to make. I think. But yeah, as I said, you won't know that for sure, so I would recommend going and having a chat to Urlock anyway. So, Ayla, if your total is still meltdown, so
Oh, yay.
I'm just gonna get an alcoholic beverage. One
get a
sec.
Beveragino.
Hey, Virginia.
Excellent.
All right, back.
So you guys managed to make your way out of the town, carrying Drugal's unfortunate remains. Wayne gives you guys a little bit of a boost with, like he's able to open a short teleport for most of the way, so it only takes you about like half an hour instead of the other like 4 or 5 hours it would have taken you to get here beforehand.
Mhm.
And you guys managed to arrive at the beautiful little serene pond we have come by several times now on your adventures in Skellig.
Do I see any tent canvases in the lake?
Make a perception check.
Not a no.
I actually rolled a 20. Hold up. Nat 20 plus 0. Okay, it's just a 20.
Yep. No, you don't see anything. Everything looks very serene. There are birds chirping. There are frogs
Which
croaking.
type of birds, real quick?
They. Okay. Make an insight check to see if you can tell which kind of birds they are. Because remember, the sparrow is your chosen enemy, so you'd be able to spot
16.
it. Okay, they're various birds. There's blackbirds. You think you hear a sparrow, and your hackles go up for a second, but then it turns out to just be a thrush instead. So you're fine. It's there's no immediate enemies to say nearby anyway. What would you guys like to do with the current situation? I'm not trying to like railroad you. I'm just trying to work out what
Are there any
Um,
trees around that look like they have some hollowed out bits in their trunk?
Make a perception check there, Malorith.
Perception. 11 plus 4, 15.
Okay. So you see the one that's standing on the top of this rock has a pretty gnarly sort of root system where it's had dirt and stuff eaten away from underneath. So it's this one. I'm trying to ping here. Goofy. Yeah.
Right
this one.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one. So this one has a pretty like extensive root system that goes all the way down the side of the rock that it's on. It's clearly been growing there for a long time. It looks like a very old tree.
I think our best bet is to pretty much separate his clothing, whatever jewelry he had, from him. Sort of place him into and among the root system and then hang his belongings sort of on the tree so that as it grows, it will sort of, his stuff will envelop it and be a part of it. And that way he sort of has his tree.
It's nice. I like it. Right, so you guys divest Jugal of his belongings. There is his golden arc sling and his small pouch of magic stones. There is a small clutch of, I think he's got one more Dagda's hot sauce in here.
And then somehow has a clump of my hair.
He does have a clump of your hair.
Should we return that?
Actually, let me open up his character sheet.
Has he still got porridge in his pockets?
No,
Save the porridge
remember that his entire like bottom half is
Yeah. It was-
shredded to pieces.
Yeah.
So. Let's have a look and see if we can find out what he's actually got on him. Because yeah, he's got that magic item. He wrote nothing on his character sheet. Okay, that's fine. Let me see. So yeah, basically just his golden arc, his health potions, which I think he had one of Dagda's hot sauce, and a small pouch with 9 magic stones. That's all the really useful stuff that's in there. All of his other things, like his cloak and boots and that sort of thing, are just either not there or shredded, I believe, and covered in blood. Dragon's bit.
Do we know what the magic stones do? Sorry, I'm not too familiar with.
So it's just a cantrip that he cast on them, so he can turn the stones into like magic projectiles. So instead of doing bludgeoning, they'd do magic damage.
And that would probably go with his golden arc
Yeah.
sling,
Yeah.
which is a magic item as well. All right. What exactly does that magic sling do?
It's just a +1 sling,
Well,
like a ranged weapon.
yeah. It's up to you guys, really. I'm not gonna have any use for the rocks or the sling.
Even if we did, I think it's best to keep his belongings with him.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything inherently that he would have, in quotation marks, want us to have
Mm.
specifically. It's not like I held this for you kind of thing. So yeah, I'm happy giving it back to where it came from.
Alright, explain to me what happens as you guys are placing into some of the leaves of the tree.
I think it's mostly gonna be a group effort, but we'll strip him. We'll determine
Wash
what we
him
want to
in
do.
the,
I think
in
we
the,
should wash him.
Yeah.
Or I think is he mostly intact on the top half?
Yeah. He looks kind of like he's sleeping now.
All right. I think we should probably wash his face and his arms, but I think we'll use one of his coats just to sort of wrap what is left of his bottom half. Have that wrapped up, sort of gently tuck him between the exposed roots. We'll leave him facing up, I think. Yeah, I think facing up's fine. We don't want to have him face down in the dirt.
No.
No.
Facing
Do
up, looking
that.
through to the sun through the tree
Yeah.
leaves. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe even with his last remaining vial of Mamdagda's hot sauce, maybe even invigorate the tree to grow a little bit around him and sort of cocoon him so that it seals
Alright,
him
yeah,
in.
yeah. So I will get you to roll a
If the tree says no, I'm slapping it with a mace.
No,
sorry,
so
but say yes.
roll
with
a
advantage.
nature check. Roll a nature check at advantage as you place him and his belongings and his remains nestled comfortably between two roots as his face is sort of like tilted up towards the sky, looking at the sun.
Alright, my highest roll is 14.
Okay. With a 14, you empty the vial of Mom Dagger's hot sauce onto the tree roots just above his head, and as you watch the red liquid drip down, you see it start to absorb into the growth and that sort of thing. And as you watch, you see a couple of fresh-looking spring buds sort of out of the roots, and small tendrils grow from those, with green leaves sprouting around them as they start to curl towards Jugal's face, and you see them sort of like a hand sort of resting on the side of his head. You see them sort of like come around and curve in and cradle him as the hot sauce dissolves into the trunk.
I think that's probably the most honourable way that we can leave him.
Yeah. I'll play a small, like, funeral march on my flutes
Okay.
to kind of seal it off without words.
It's a good death, guys. As you guys are doing this, Wayne sort of gives you a hand washing out his face and his arms, and as you wander around and place his body underneath the tree, Wayne's sort of standing back a little bit. He's over here. And as you guys sort of take a step away with your heads bowed, you see Wayne take something from around his neck and hang it on one of the branches. It looks like a pendant of some sort. And he doesn't say anything. He just hangs it. Places his palm on the tree. Closes his eyes for a second and inclines his head and steps over. And as you guys see that, you see the roots and the tendrils and that sort of thing that were sort of slowly starting to grow their way around your girl's body. You see them sort of grow a little bit faster and a little bit stronger as he's sort of not necessarily like closed over, but they sort of like wrap him up inside the tree in a way that looks like he's just resting comfortably and sleeping.
Like he's
Wayne
got a
nods.
root blanket.
Yeah, he's gonna run like Wayne nods, he turns around to look at the rest of you and he says, I need to get my brother back. Let's go back to town.
As you wish.
And he's going to cast a quick teleportation circle to get you guys back there immediately. So we're going to be ending up at the guardsman's fort. This is where Wayne takes you. So you guys step out of the spinning portal magic right on Master Urlot's front doorstep. What would you like to do? I'm just gonna go pick.
Is the door open or locked?
It's shut for the moment. I'll be right back.
Anyone feel like knocking, or am I just barging through? Like
I'll knock.
kicking the door open and
Yeah,
fucking barging through.
We
And
knock
we
for the
should have
master
a
lot.
wee bit of politeness, you know.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Don't worry.
We got sent to
What do you
fucking legendary fucking dragon's sleeping place, not being told about it. Right.
Yeah, I mean,
And then
there
when you
is
find
sort
out
of
about
cause
it,
for
it's
being
like,
pissed.
oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll deal with it. It's part of your
Yeah.
contract.
Could have told us it was a free.
Fucking had to eat my mum's eyeball.
I mean, that is a pretty crappy Saturday night, you know. Had to eat me mum's
Zane's
eyeball.
a little pissed.
Give me 2 seconds. I need to get a pin.
I need to pee as well, so I'll be back.
I am back. Thank you for wait. Where'd Geordie go?
Geordie went to get a pin, and Tanae went to go pee.
All right.
Zane forgets how to knock and kicks the door open, by the way.
I'm going to open the door with my foot key.
Yeah, no, like it would have been like stealthily pick lock, but now there's no need for stealth.
There's no need for stealth anymore. Bang! Bonjour!
This Zane didn't skip leg day.
No,
Woo!
he did not
Not
skip
at
leg
all.
day. Kia ora to those of you in the chat as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I get puppy this week on
That's
Friday.
exciting.
Woo!
That's very exciting.
I can't wait.
I bet. Welcome back, Jordy Body.
I had to go get a pin because my curtain doesn't go all the way across my window, so I had to pin it down.
You had to pin it down. I
I had
understand.
to pin it down. There was about a half-inch left there, and I don't want people looking at my window and seeing
No,
the
that's
awesome
fair
setup
enough.
I got.
Sometimes when you're in privacy, you gotta really improvise and really.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
get that wrong at all. I love my privacy. I can't stand the thought of people looking in. It actually gives me heavy anxiety. So
Actually
even
gives
if
me-
my window on my bathroom is frosted, I still don't like it. There ain't no curtain there, and I don't like it.
I don't like not having my windows covered up by a modesty curtain.
Exactly, my girl. You got it right on the head.
I understand. All right, welcome back, everybody.
Roll Tide.
So, up top. High
Well, nice.
five. Jesus. Christ.
Wowie.
Whoa, king in the
Yeah.
castle, king in the castle. Apologies, chat. We're all riddled with some sort of neurodivergence, so this sort of thing is to be expected. If you're here for serious Dungeons and Dragons times, it's
Time to leave.
maybe
Good
not
luck.
time to leave,
You
but
would-
maybe
You would never
adjust,
get this.
maybe adjust your expectations slightly is probably the best way to put it. All right, so you guys arrive at Master Urlot's log house. Zane has forgotten how to use a door, so he's going to open it with his foot key.
Master.
Zane, I'm gonna need you to roll an attack to see if you can bust the door down.
An attack. Is that just a straight D20, or am I adding my modifier to it?
Add your strength modifier to it.
That would be a 20. I rolled an 18. Plus 2.
Splendid. You managed to quite firmly plant your foot on the door and push it open. There is a small lock that was inside the door that was kind of more of a latch situation. No longer exists anymore, and you hear a yell of "Oi!" from the inside as Master Urlot says. You see him scurry out from behind his stacks of books and that sort of thing, and he goes, "You could bloody knock! I was busy! You nearly gave me a blooming heart attack!"
That was a knock. You just want to walk straight in, by the way.
Okay. Right, so you guys make your way inside. Master Urlot he looks very like he hasn't slept. There's big old bags underneath his eyes. We know that he was already a tiny raisin of a man, right? He doesn't look well. The liver spots in his hands are showing up as he sort of like invites you in and sits you down around the fire at the back of his office. And he says, "I heard about what happened to your friend, Jagal. I am so sorry. I wish I'd been there sooner. I just couldn't quite make my way out. But I hope the bombs I gave to you, Wayne, were of some use." And Wayne looks at him and he nods and he says, "They did the job, Master Urlot. That's all that matters. But I need to get my brother back. And we need to take care of whatever this situation is. Do you know where we go from here now that this thing is done?" And Master Urlot sort of looks really tired for a second. He breathes out this long sort of sigh. He says, "I think, given the situation, I think the dragon must have been powering what's happening, but we're going to have to go out to the finger to actually see what's going on out there. So the power supply to it should be cut off. Now we just have to figure out how to destroy it."
Is
Which
this part
I've
of the
been-
contract, or
Sorry?
is this part of the contract, or what?
I mean, if you're asking, oh my goodness, Zane, you look very different. Did you get a haircut? Something different about you.
Don't know what you're talking about.
And he sort of adjusts his spectacles and he goes, maybe my eyesight's not as good as it once was, but he sort of gives you a bit of a side glance. He's sus about something.
Don't worry, Master Olot. We're not even sure that he knows what has happened to himself. We are yet to make our journey on that bit of knowledge.
Well, I think to resolve the entire situation, some of these... And he sort of pulls out this big leather bag and he clonks them down on the desk and he goes, these are arcane charges similar to what Master Wayne was working. I have adjusted them slightly and added a few more, boosting runes, so to speak. Master Wayne, I will write them down for you. But these should, if there's no more power running under that thing, these should at least shatter it enough to let go of whatever's still on. Hopefully we'll bring some peace to the people of Skillet. They need it, they deserve it after all. He's going to hand you, Aelorith and Kinura, the strap of this bag. And inside you have 4 arcane depth charges. They look like large metal wine barrels. But you know how on wine barrels they have the metal around the top, around the middle, and around the bottom to hold pieces of wood together?
Mm-hmm.
Those are made of what looks like gold, and they gleam softly with an inner light as you guys are, as he sort of like pushes them over to you. I was only able to make 4. But if you plant them in such a way that they manage to get down to the base of this thing, you should be able to rip it up from the roots.
Guess we know what we're doing next. Is there anything else you want us to do while we're out there, Master?
Be careful. I don't know what's going to come out after you blow it up. All of this is quite unprecedented, really, when you think about it. So, I just wish you the best of luck. Please be careful. Also, Master Wayne, Joffrey has been sleeping. He's not really awoken much since, but he's still alive. Still here. I went to check on him just before. And Wayne sort of nods and he sort of indicates his thanks to Master Olot. As Master Olot turns around to look at the rest of you here. I shan't be keeping you.
You know what I could do with a fucking drink and some food? I'm gonna just walk out towards the hall where they were serving the food.
Okay, you're going towards the mess hall.
Yeah.
Alright. Master Olot watches you leave the room, then he sort of shakes his head and he looks towards you, Aelorith and Kinura, and says, it's not just an old man's eyesight failing, is it? He does look different.
You are more than correct, sir. I believe it is not just his appearance, but as you saw there, every other facet of his being has changed in some way.
Into one of those black pillars and came out halfway through the battle a completely different man. I don't know what happened to him, but I guess we'll find out. He's still Zane deep down, but he's different.
But he is right. You're covered in blood and soot, and you look like you need a good meal, a bath, and a rest. The finger will keep. Wayne, come with me. You should see your brother. And Wayne goes, all right, I'll meet the rest of you back at the garrison in the morning, I suppose. And then Wayne goes with Master Olot, and they sort of nod. They both nod at you as they head towards the back of the room into a small corridor out of sight. What would the rest of you guys like to do here?
Definitely going to be following Zane to get some food.
Okay, yeah, get some
That's
grub.
a good idea.
We
Alright.
are absolutely knackered after that battle.
Yeah, yep. And even that restoration wasn't quite enough to take the edge off, huh? Again, every time. to load. So, you guys managed to make it back fairly safely. What-ta? What-ta? Okay, so you guys managed to make it back to the quarters. As you guys move through the town, you see that there's signs of just destruction. There's like burnt out like houses and that sort of thing. There's clods of water and stone that have fallen from the broken buildings. But all in all, things don't seem that much different from when you guys first arrived here. If not a few more medical tents and the hustle and bustle of an outdoor hospital, essentially, as the healers and the official wives are working on ensuring they can help as many survivors as possible. You guys managed to make it back to your quarters, and you all get a long rest. So I'm going to get you to adjust your stats and that sort of thing. Your
They have
meters, your
been
HP.
adjusted. Oh my goodness.
Kanura, can I get you
Yes,
to make a constitution check for me, please?
I can indeed. I got an 11.
11. All right. So, Kanura, halfway through the night, you wake up with a searing pain on your shoulders. There's a heat, there's a swelling, there is an awful itchiness as something feels like it's trying to break through the skin on your back. You've never felt quite a sensation, even when you were first shedding as a youngin'. It's pretty uncomfortable until you get used to it. But this feels like something trying to burst its way through the skin. And you spent a fitful night sleeping. You awake with a fever. You don't necessarily feel like shit. You just feel like, you know when you're about to get a cold and you can sort of sense it on the horizon? Oh, I'm about to get sick. Like my throat feels all scratchy. I feel hot and uncomfortable. Like that's kind of how you feel. You don't feel bad in yourself like you did when you first came here. It's just like something's going on in your body. So, you guys awaken. It's a new day. For the first time since you guys have been here in Skellig, the sky is clear. Properly clear. The sun's shining. The seagulls are cawing. And breakfast is waiting for you at the table when you come downstairs from your rest. As you guys come downstairs, you see Wayne. Why are you so massive? You see Wayne. You see Diana. And you see Tamara. All waiting for you around the table. They're the ones who've got breakfast prepped and ready for you. And as you guys come downstairs, they sort of rise to greet you and that sort of thing. What would you guys like to do as you're seeing these people greet you when you come down in the morning?
I don't think I'm going to say much. If I sort of feel a little bit like shit, I'm going to just be babying myself a bit.
I'm going to get some breakfast and a breakfast beer. But
Alright.
like a big one, like 2 or 3 cups of breakfast beer.
You get a stein of breakfast beer.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna softly ask, how's everyone doing this morning?
I'm gonna make a grunt as I have half my mouth full of bacon and the rest of my mouth like with beer.
A little under the weather, but I'm sure it'll come good.
And the other three, Diana sort of like she yawns and she picks up a piece of like toast. I have to say, I haven't slept as well in Skellig as I did last night. But it was a bit strange, not having the noise of the wind shrieking against the eaves. What about you, Samara? Samara sort of like she's halfway through taking like a sip of her breakfast beer. She goes, "Oh, I slept all right, thank you." And Wayne just doesn't say anything, and he just picks at his food. Diana, noticing the awkward silence, sort of looks around at all of you and says, well, I gather you saw Master Erlot last night. Did he direct you for what we should do next?
He did.
One word comes out of my mouth as I'm grunting, eating my food. Finger.
Yes, we were expecting to head out there today if the tides are good.
Yeah, he's given us some depth charges to blow it up.
Oh,
Hopefully,
Oh,
without
good.
the energy flowing through it, we should be able to actually do some damage to it this time.
well, that settles that then. I wonder if we'll be able to. And she sort of thinks for a second. Oh, we should be able to do that, I think. It is doable, but we'll get you to eat up first. We've had a big couple of days. I think is a polite way to put it. Right, so we're moving out to the boat. We're gonna go out to the finger. All right.
We're going to the finger.
Okay, just for expediency's sake, I'm going to take us through to the open water on the boat that you guys have.
I just realized instead of the finger blasting us, we are blasting the finger. Got him good.
Very funny.
That is a big something.
The big anonymous.
Oh,
Yeah, big-
what the- oh, okay. It's gone. It's only gone and deleted itself.
You've only gone and deleted
You've
yourself,
only gone
Wolf.
and deleted yourself, haven't you? Bloody hell. Right, where are you? I'm trying to find the thing that I had it saved under, and I can't.
Oh dear.
Dios
Oh,
míos.
it's just been honestly like a whole thing.
What was good about the new update? That we
Nothing. It
moved
just wouldn't let
across?
me open it without updating it. So
Really? I was able to update it from my side without updating it. If I just continued the update instead.
yeah, I don't know what the thing was that like made it so I couldn't open it, but it was just like you need to force an update, and I was like, oh well, that's great. Let's do that. Actually, just gonna have to come here, fix this up. Sorry guys, to those of you watching the stream, I'm just trying to get this stuff fixed. You. Are you even? I have no idea where it's gone. So yeah, just okay, all right. yeah, I'm just gonna draw it in, just because I don't have any of the stuff that I had there, which is just kind of annoying. So just imagine it's that, and then we're just going to. That's the finger, like that there.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So that's kind of that's what it'll be looking like.
It would be pretty pillory.
I don't understand why it's not filling. But yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. So that's the hag's finger sticking out of the water. Can I get you guys all to collectively roll some stuff for me, please? I need you to roll D20.
Can do. I got an 11.
11. Okay.
I got a 6.
17 for me.
Alrighty, you guys pass the DC. Do not have any more bullshit. Which is good. Now it's gonna this butt. Alright, so you guys managed to make it out on the boat just fine. And yeah, the water seems to be really still. There's a slight breeze giving you guys enough juice to get through, which is sort of helping expedite the travel quite quickly. Sort of like it's a good day to be sailing out here today.
Great day for fishing,
Great day for
boys.
fishing.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so right now on the ship with you, you've got the captain. He's just kind of taking you out by himself at the moment. He managed to get away fairly unscathed, and the boat only needed minor repairs. What in the hell's happened here? Alright, so you guys managed to make it out fairly fine. You have no sort of extreme issues or anything getting out here, but as you guys approach the finger, you notice the temperature of the air and the water surrounding you starts to chill quite significantly. What would you like to do here?
Does it seem like it has that same magical aura around it?
Make an
As it
Arcana
before?
check, buddy.
Arcana.
Arcana
that's
forever.
a 19 plus 1, 20.
All right, with a 20, as you're approaching, you train your sharp eyes, skilled in the understanding of
Detection.
magic. You train your eyes upon it, and it looks almost like dull. You know, from the descriptions and everything, because when you last came out here, it was like it was shimmering and sparking with power. But as you guys approach it now, it looks dull. Like there's still movement across the surface, but it's nowhere near as frantic as it was before. And it definitely doesn't have the range of sparks and that sort of thing dancing around it the same way it did last time you were out here.
Do we get to blow it up?
I think so.
Let's blow it up. Do we have a rope? Are we tying the charges to the finger? Am I diving into the water and attaching it underneath the surface? Are we dropping it and letting the depth charges do their work as a depth charge?
Well, they are
No.
depth charges.
That's something you guys are going to have to talk about, I think.
Would you like me to swim them down?
Are you able to swim them down?
I am, for some reason, very confident with my swimming ability.
Yeah.
What happened to you, Zane?
We can talk about that another day, I reckon. I'm still trying to wrap my head around what's kind of happened.
Okay, that's fair then. But if you say you're confident with swimming, just don't get sucked into it again. It could still hold some power.
Alright, so. Plan is for Zane to swim them down.
Yup.
Okay. Zane, as you start to get rigged up with this bag that holds depth charges and that sort of thing, it's up to the rest of you guys if you want to give him some bonuses to his rolls, because there are going to be some rolls for him going
Most definitely.
Okay. I'll let you guys tell me what you want to do first before I start asking Zane to make rolls.
I'm gonna place my own mantle of inspiration around him. My
Okay.
glimmering white cloak, giving him inspiration and extra movement as well.
Let me just check what I can do, because I think I might actually have a couple of things for this. Ugh.
I'm just enjoying the music. To be honest, it's great.
All right.
Oh yeah, Zane, you haven't updated your character sheet on this yet. Are you planning on doing that next week, or are we gonna just vibe with what you've got for the moment and put it up there?
I was gonna wait until the character art comes in.
Oh, yeah,
I have
sounds
been
good.
looking at making the macros and making the specific special things, because obviously it doesn't exist in this.
Yep, that's all good. No stress. Alrighty. While you're looking at what you can do, Zane, I'm just gonna go to the loop.
I've already finished looking. I'm happy with what I can do.
Alright, so where'd you end up, Zane?
I'm happy. I don't need to do anything currently.
Okay, awesome.
I can do things as needed.
That's all good. So, what would you guys like to do to help him get down there safely, and more importantly, come back up safely?
Oh, okay. Sorry, fell off my desk. Do we have any kind of ropes or anything that we can deploy from the ship?
Yep, so I'll get you to make a perception check for me there, Kenyo, just to see how much rope you can spot, because there are several coils of it. It's just a matter of, like, finding ones that are going to work for you.
Yep.
As she's looking for a rope, I'm just gonna stick my hand over the edge of the boat.
I got an 11.
Got an 11? Okay, so you find two skeins of rope that are both 50 feet long.
Mhm.
So you got about 100 feet of rope.
Cool.
All right. With my
would it-
hand just over the boat, real quick.
You can't touch the water from here, bud. The boat's like
don't
10
need to.
yeah.
Don't need to.
Oh, that's right. You don't need
I will
to.
use a cantrip to shape water to like a funnel up to where I am currently.
Okay, all right.
And I'm gonna just slide down it like it's a slippery dip.
So you're not going to let Aelirith cast inspiration on you or anything like that?
Oh no, I'm still waiting. I'm to form the shape of water, but
All right.
kind of looking at Kisnura going, don't need no rope.
So as you guys watch Zane stick his hand out over the side of the boat, he gets this look of concentration on his face. And you see him pull his hand into a fist, and as he does so, you see a snaking tendril of water snake up from the surface and sort of swim up towards him like a snake being charmed out of a basket. Currently there is a tendril of water looking your friend directly in the face, and he doesn't seem scared about it. What would you like to do from here, you two?
I think I'm just bewildered at the fact that our Zane, who had never seen magic in his life before, is now controlling water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do with that information.
Mm-hmm.
It's not important!
We'll just leave it to the professional.
Yeah.
Alright, so. Aelirith, Kinura, would you guys like to put anything on Zane to help him get down?
Yep, before he goes overboard, I'll sling my Mantle of Inspiration over his shoulders,
Okay.
and I'll just say to him, use this if you need it most.
Thank you.
I'll just give him a slap on the back. There you
On
go,
you go,
buddy.
champ!
As she slaps me
try?
on the back, I want to pretend like she hit me with such force. I'm going to stumble over the edge of the boat and then slide down the water.
Alright, so with that, Kinura, Aelirith,
SMH.
and the rest of the team, you hear you expect to hear a gigantic sploosh as this tall, broad man falls over the side of the boat, but you don't hear anything like that. You hear a delicate as he dives into the water with such grace he barely makes a ripple as he breaks the surface and dives below. Zane,
Yes.
to place the first depth charge, you swim down about 35 feet, so your movement in combat. You swim down about 35 feet.
Yep.
And as you approach the sheer face of the finger underneath the water, the temperature starts to drop significantly the closer and closer you get to it. But as you're moving through the water, you see what almost looks like a reflection of yourself in this pillar, except it's that same sort of shimmering blue-green color that your body was when you were a jellyfish. As you approach the surface of this rock, the figure on the other side approaches you at the same time. I need you
I
to
want
make
to wave.
It waves back.
All right, I'm happy.
Yeah, you need to
When
make a
you
wisdom
stare at
saving
the void, the void
Make a wisdom
stares
saving
back.
throw for me, please.
Alrighty. I just need to make sure that I picked up a D20, not a D10. Right. So I rolled a 19, but my wisdom saving is plus 5. So that would be a 24.
All right, that's a significant pass. As you realize that as you're waving to this figure on the other side, it's not a reflection because the waves are out of sync.
I'm smiling. I'm having a blast.
You're about to have a blast.
Hello.
As I
As
get,
I place a charge.
as you place a charge. Yeah, I was about to say.
Load.
So what you do is you pull this depth charge out of your bag, and as you do so, a cloud of bubbles rises up above you, and you situate the bomb in such a way. Can I get you to make a perception check for me, please, Zane?
No modifier on this. This is just a straight 11.
All right, even with 11, you can tell. Even though it's made of metal and you feel like it should sink, it doesn't. You sort of lift it out of your bag and you sort of put it next to the finger, and it just sort of sits there, floating, bobbing away.
Sweet.
All right, so moving on. Where would you like to go next? Because remember, the deeper down you go, this thing, the wider it gets as it comes towards the bottom.
I reckon just swim around the finger currently at the level that I am, that it kind of looks like that shiny green. Like, it, where I'm at looks like it's more shatterable and breakable than above, because above was dull and rocky and hard, right?
Yeah.
Whereas down here it's more clear and...
Yeah, it's sort of like, you know, when you have a quartz stone, when it's dry, it looks really dull and sort of like lifeless, but as soon as you get it wet, it sort of starts to glow and become really like luminescent. That's pretty much what's happened to this pillar underneath the water. So whereabouts would you want to swim to? Just direct. You can move yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. But I'm gonna give you. I'm
So-
only gonna give you 35 feet because it's not technically combat, but it's a stressful situation. So
Okay, yep. I have the same amount of movement underwater that I would have in combat anyway, so
That's
it's
fine.
fine. And so I've got like 4, right? You said there was 4 charges.
you got 4
depth
charges, yep.
Yeah, so I kind of want to put them like evenly in like the 4 kind of quarters of this circle.
okay. As you move across and you swim along with the bag trailing behind you, Zane, as well as bubbles and that sort of thing, can I get you to make a perception check for me, please?
Alrighty. 14.
All right, with a 14, you see that the figure that you saw on the inside of the pillar is no longer there. I need you to make another
Alright.
wisdom save for me, please.
I rolled a 1, but can I use the Mantle of Inspiration?
Yep, explain to him what that does again, please.
Yeah, what
Jonas.
does that do again? Sorry.
In this case, it would be an extra 1d8 to your throw.
So 1d8. Let me find that.
So you rolled a
That's a
1, but you get a
D10.
+5, so that's 6.
Yes, so that's a +5. That's 6, and then I rolled a 2. That's an 8 total.
Okay. With an 8, as you swim around and you notice that the figure on the other side of the finger's surface isn't there anymore, you feel a chill in the base of your stomach. It's a thrill of fear as a familiar, bubbling voice echoes in the back of your head. Well, well. Fancy seeing you here again. And you are going to take 11 points of psychic damage, and you sink 30 feet deeper into the water. Straight down.
All right. Let me update. All right. Is that it?
Yep.
All right, sweet. What I will do is I'll actually. Can I cast a cantrip? Am I in combat, or can I just cast?
You're not in
freely?
combat, but you can cast a cantrip.
All right, I'm gonna cast another cantrip, shape water, and I'm gonna change the flow of water to have a current put me back where I was before, so 30 feet back upwards
Okay,
without me
let
having
just double
to
check
do.
the wording on shape water
movement.
to see if you can do that. I want to let you do it. I just want to make sure that the rules allow you to do it.
It says 30-foot range.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's how far away
okay.
it is.
Oh
or
yeah,
how
no,
much
no,
water
no.
I can
Okay,
change.
so you can instantaneously move or otherwise change the flow of water as you direct up to 5 feet in any direction.
What's the CU? 5 CU. Is that like cubic units?
Yeah, 5
or
foot
what?
cube.
5 foot cube.
So you can
Alright.
you can move yourself
But I can cast that multiple times because it's a cantrip,
cantrip,
right?
yeah. So you
Yeah.
can move yourself 5 feet in any direction.
Yep.
You can change the opacity of the water, or you can
Mhm.
freeze a 5 foot cube of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'll do 5 foot at a time. So I'll do it however many times. Can I make it so that the current like progressively gets stronger since I'm like surrounded by water? Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I change a 5 foot to move upwards or whatever.
Or what you could do is, I don't know if you guys remember, but ice is more buoyant than water is.
I was about to say, why don't you just freeze a 5-foot cube of ice underneath you and then hop
sit
off
on it
when
and
you
move
need
up.
to? Yeah.
Because that would just take me straight to the surface, wouldn't it?
That's
Or you
true.
can step off of
And
it.
because I'm so far down, it'd kind of fucking projectile me
Shoot up,
straight
yeah.
the fuck out.
And then he'd get the bends, and then we might be
Yeah.
saying farewell to another party member.
Oh,
But yeah, no, you can establish an upward flow of current within 5 feet.
Yeah. All right. So
But do you
want
want
to
to
use that to
do you
help
want to place the
my
bomb down
movement up?
here, or do you want to come up first?
So I want to come up to the same level that I put the other bomb.
About 40
and,
feet. About 40 feet down from the surface. Yep.
Yep. And place it on the opposite side. Obviously, just from what Zane can see, if I look down right, it's not like there's like I can tell that there's surging power still underneath it. It kind of looks like I'm getting it, or
Make an
does
Arcana
it go
check for me, because you're
like
asking me
as in?
specifically.
Does it go? Is the light dull down there? I rolled a 19. Let me just find my Arcana modifier. It's 0, so it's just a 19.
Okay. With the 19, you can see that there's no like sources of immediate power around you aside from just the coldness of the water. Like
All right.
that's the
So,
main indicator that something's going on down here. You can't see any
All right.
flashes of light or anything going across the surface of the finger like you would before, but there is a low buzzing sense of something happening down here.
But I'm happy with my bomb placement, right? I don't really feel like I need to go lower or higher. It looks like
Make
where I'm...
an insight check.
Oh, I like those actually. I rolled a 16 plus insight plus 3, so that would be a 19.
All right, with the 19, you can kind of spot that you're equidistant from the other one, so it's probably an okay spot to put it. While we're doing that, I'm going to return to the rest of the folk on the boat. You guys have just watched Zane disappear under the surface of the water. Aelirith and Kinura, can I please get you to make perception checks?
Yes.
It's a 12 from me.
Okay, Kinura?
22, so a nat 20 plus 2.
Okay, thank fuck for that, Kinura. Okay, so Kinura with a nat 20. As you are watching the faint trail of bubbles rise to the surface, roughly where Zane went under, you feel a slight sense of panic watching him disappear under the surface and staying down there for so long. But given his recent aptitude with moving water around and his sudden confidence in diving in headfirst without requiring a rope, the anxiety starts to lessen a little bit as you think, oh, well, maybe he's okay down there. About 10 minutes pass. But because you're looking so intently at the surface of the water, and you're leaning over the edge of the boat and your hands are on the rail on the side, you feel it when the thing underneath the water bumps into the side of the boat. It's an almost imperceptible shudder. Something passes along the side and underneath. And because you're looking down so intently, you see a flash of white deep, deep, deep in the water. It's only for a second. It's almost like there's something like sun bounced off the surface of the water and right into your eyes. But you see something moving down there.
I would like to turn to the rest of the folk on the boat and say, I don't mean to cause panic, and I'm sure Zane has his hands on the reins quite firmly, but I don't believe he's alone down there.
What do you mean?
know. I saw a flash, white, which is quite unusual because I believe it was quite deep in the water. So either something or someone is down there with him. So I think we should all keep a sharp eye.
How deep down do you think it was?
It was so quick and it was just a flash. I honestly can't tell you, but it doesn't seem quite right to me.
Okay, can you with the net 20? I'm going to give you this. It was deeper than where you think Zane is, because you can still see bubbles rising to the surface from roughly where Zane is on the other side of the pillar. The water's very still around here. That's the only reason you can see the bubbles still. But you didn't, despite something bumping the side of the boat, you're not sure if it was a current of like this thing flicking its tail and the water like rising up to smack the side of the boat. But you think it's much, much deeper than where Zane is.
I shall convey that information to the party.
Okay.
Dang. It's too far away for me to try and read his thoughts. What do you reckon we do, Nora?
Well, he went head first into it without establishing any ground rules with us, so I guess all we do is stay vigilant. I think
like
he'll
we
come
can
up if
swim
he
or
needs
anything.
anything. No. I think he's definitely in his element much more than we would be. I say we just hunker down and keep watching. Maybe a sharper eye, but look for a flash of white, and if you see it again, let me know.
Roger, I'll keep an eye out now as well.
Right.
And I'll move to the edge of the boat and
Now,
start
Kinura and
looking.
Alarith, you both get advantage on perception checks.
Hell yeah.
Communication. Going back to you, Zane. You've placed the second
Alright.
bomb.
Mm-hmm.
What's the plan?
As I'm thinking about what he said, "Oh, see you again," I'm just gonna, as I'm swimming off to the next point, which is probably on the opposite side of the finger there, for the second last charge, I'm just gonna talk in the water and just say, "What, you're gonna eat me again? I'll give you indigestion." And see or hear if anything talks back
Make
to
a
me.
wisdom saving throw, buddy.
All right. Swear, if this gives me another like 3, I swear to God, I'm getting new dice.
Is it
All
a
right.
like it?
I got an 8 this time, plus
Okay.
5. That is a 13.
Okay. 13 does pass.
Hell
So
yeah.
you're not going to take any damage.
But you're gonna take psychological damage.
Emotional damage.
Emotional.
But Zane, you do hear a reply in that
Yeah.
familiar, sort of chortling, cheerful, bubbling voice that you heard. It feels like a long time ago, but it wasn't really. As this thing in your head laughs and says, "Oh, no, no. You're much too spicy for me. I'm here for the vermin that come out once you're not on the path."
Hell yeah. Alright.
Alright, place this next bomb, bud.
Yep. So that's the second last one.
Yep. So I'm actually just going to draw a map quickly.
Yeah. Of the bombs.
The bumps.
Now, just because either I wasn't paying attention or it wasn't mentioned, it's an incantation that someone on the boat has to say to set off the charges, right?
That is correct.
Sweet. All right. So it's not like I have to set up any
Nope.
fuse or anything like that.
Nope.
Okay.
That's the whole point of you actually
Go
can I
on.
get,
Yeah.
they're doing insight checks and stuff to figure out whether or not you've placed them in the correct spot and like trying to organize it in a way and such you can see them.
All right. That is a 13 again, but I don't have any modifiers.
That's fine. With a 13, because you've sort of like kept in your head roughly where the other one was, even though you're still slightly moving up on that 5 feet of current that you established earlier, you still managed to sort of move out of that current, swim down a little bit, place the bomb, and then sort of carry on around the side. So, Zane,
Mm-hmm.
what's next? You've placed 3 out of 4.
As I'm swimming to the next point, I'm going to ask. You said vermin. Have I called you a vermin? As I'm placing the last bomb.
Make a wisdom save, bud.
All right, I love those.
Yeah, I know.
11 plus 5. That's a
Okay,
16.
good. That's a significant pass. All right, so with an 11 plus 5, so 16. You hear the voice sort of sigh in a frustrated but kind of joking way and says, "That's not a very nice thing to say about your sibling. We've only just met, after all."
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Can I ask him why his voice hurt me like the last time he spoke to me?
The wake sort of seems to pause for a moment. You can still hear, like, it's almost like a bubbling or burbling in the back of your mind as this creature's sort of like figuring out how to respond to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, I don't know. I think perhaps last time we didn't establish the rules of communication.
Can we establish them now as I'm like setting up this last bomb? Talking while I'm working.
And the wake sort of pauses again. And you hear it say in the back of your mind, we can. I propose, given that we have the same mother, we do no harm to each other from here on. With the weight
Have
of
I-
the water behind us.
Have I caused you harm before? Haven't been aware that I've caused you harm.
No, but the way you are now means you might be able to. I swear to not cause you harm again. Now that we can talk like this.
I'll agree to that if you don't hurt me or the people I hold close to me.
They do smell good. But this meal will satiate me for a long time. I agree to these terms. With the weight of the water behind us.
Alright, well if you ever feel hungry and you're thinking about people that I hold dear to me, just speak to me. I might be able to feed you or help you out and give you an easy meal. As I finish doing this last charge.
Yep.
And I'm going to start swimming away, and I'm just going to say, stay clear from the beautiful boxes that I put down. I'm going to blow this bitch open!
And you hear, you don't hear any words in response, you just hear a deep, burbling, chortling laugh that seems to wash over you and fill you as you are buoyed suddenly to the surface of the water and you come out, pop, like a cork. And you are currently swimming on the surface. You are carried up by this thing's laughter.
Hell yeah. I'm happy with that interaction.
Yeah. Kinura and Aelareth, can I get you both to make a perception check, please?
Can do.
But remember, you're at advantage.
First one's a 4. Fuck you.
Well, I gave you advantage, bud.
Yeah. Second one is a. Stop rolling off the desk, you idiot. Nat 20.
I don't know what I've just done.
And she's holding a fishing rod over the edge of the boat.
I'll
Caught a
just
huge ass
double-
fucking fish.
Okay, Kinura, it's fine. You got a
18.
you got a nat 20.
That's
Sorry,
dirty 20.
dirty 20. That's fine. You guys both see this rush of water. Like, you know how when you start like a jet engine up underwater, there's that rush of foam and bubbles and all that sort of thing before the like upward force of the water comes up. You guys start to see that happen on the opposite side of the pillar, and you see Zane's head pop out of the water. What do you do from here?
I'm gonna call out to him. Zane, you're gone for so long. Did you get all the charges down?
Yeah, all placed. Can I continuously cast what's it called? Shape water behind me and then dip down and then keep on accelerating with the current that I'm creating.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. I'll let you do that.
Hell yeah! Fuck
Flying
yeah!
fish rule of cool, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Shoot up in a water spout and just kind of land with like a big sploosh with like 10
make
liters
a
of water.
dexterity check for me as you come rocketing out of the water towards the surface of the boat. I want to see how you stick the
Alrighty.
landing.
Dexterity. That is a 12 plus 1. That's a 13.
All right, so you're diving in and out of the water like a dolphin as you approach the ship, and then on the last propulsion of the jet, you come rocketing out of the water, and you nearly make it gracefully over the edge of the thing, but your foot catches on the railing, and you go smacking into the wood and slide across and come to rest on some barrels on the other side. You don't take any damage, but it's not a very graceful entrance.
Psychological damage.
I all of a sudden get filled with a rage, run back to that railing and start smacking it with my mouth and calling the boat stupid.
All right. So, as Zane, as you have returned yourself to the surface of the water, Wayne turns around and looks at you and he says, "Did you place the charges?"
I'm still beating railing, yes.
Okay, well, stop that for the moment, but I need to focus. Right. So, please bear with me as I do the incantation to set these things alight. Okay, he's going to sort of stand just about where you came over the railing, Zane. And you see him sort of plant his feet on the ground and lift his hands in the air and start to twist them in a way that's become very familiar to you guys watching the Brigantia Arcane Division sort of operating the Fey magic that they're channeling. And you see him sort of build the shapes in the air and send them forward 4 times. Can I get you guys to please roll a set of d20s each? I'm going to get you roll 2 each, and I need you to tell me the results.
2. Like
That's
each individual response, or add the 2 responses together?
Add the 2 responses together.
Oh, that's bigger math than I can do.
11 plus 13, 24 for me.
I had a 21.
I
Okay.
got a 28.
Okay. Excellent.
Ooh,
The
good
collective,
rolls.
the collective DC is passed. As you guys are watching these golden shapes drift out across the water like floating bubbles and dissolve below the surface, I need you all to brace. And because you guys all rolled high enough on the collective DC to not get yeeted off the side of the boat, you guys managed to brace yourselves as the first impact goes off underwater. And you see water spray up the side of the thing as the first impact goes off, and then the second, the third, and the fourth, as you're witnessing these resounding cracks that sound almost muffled until you guys see the cracks, the sort of shattering going on of the finger as these depth charges explode underneath the water. As you witness the top of the hag's finger shatter into thousands of pieces of whatever the fuck it's made of and go splashing into the water. They're surrounding you. They're coming down hard and fast on the boat. I need you guys to make some dex saves for me, please.
7.
I had a 10.
Okay.
1 sec, I'm just in the middle of writing a note. I'll roll the dice now. Sorry. I rolled a big fat 1. Plus 1, that's 2.
Okay, so you
For
guys
my
are all going to take a
dexterity.
little bit of damage.
Nope.
Oh, this is a dexterity save. Hold
Yep,
up, I
dexterity
have
save.
additional shit. That's a 4.
Unfortunately, it still doesn't. It doesn't say. So you guys are all each going to take 11 points of piercing damage as the shards rain down on you and sort of like cut you up a little bit.
Ooh.
But you take no further damage as you witness the top of the hag's finger that was once pointing so cruelly towards the sky start to crumble and dissolve into the water. Zane, can I get you to make a perception check for me, please? At advantage.
Ooh. The first roll's 4. Second roll's a 16.
All right, with a 16, Zane, you hear that burbling voice in the back of your mind sing out with joy as you're watching this hag's finger crumble into the water. As you're seeing the shards splash in, you're seeing puffs of mist and smoke. Hey, Ruse, gonna look where you play Counter-Strike. Good luck, gamers. Thank you very much for hanging out, buddy. You're seeing flashes of smoke and sizzling water as these shards go like slicing into the surface of the lake. And you're hearing this crowing cry of joy from the wake swimming around underneath. Kinura,
I'm just gonna start laughing to
Alarith.
myself, and no one will know why.
Kinura and Alarith, can I get you both to make perception checks again at advantage for the both?
Can do.
First one's a 5.
My second one's a 14.
The second one is a 15.
You guys both don't get a very good look at it, but you see something moving around like a flashing minnow in the depths of the water, darting around, scarfing up something. As you witness bolts of light go flashing out from inside this thing, rocketing through the water, bouncing up. It's this really familiar aqua blue sort of light as you see it go bouncing along the surface and disappear into the sunlight, speckling along the top of the waves, as the things that were trapped inside this spire are now free as it comes crumbling like an ancient monolith into the surface of the water.
Can I just shout into the water, "This one's dear to me"? And I wanna point to one of the spirits that I am sure to be relieved from that finger?
Zane, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific than that.
All right. Well, I don't think he'll know his name, will it?
I mean, you know his name, and knowing things' names in the Feywild is enough to have power over it sometimes.
All right.
Do you want to know his name? I'll tell you what it is. If you don't remember, that's it.
Wayne.
The other Wayne.
Yeah, the other Wayne.
Joffrey.
Joffrey, that's it. Joff.
Okay. And as you say his name, you witness Wayne leaning out over the side of the boat, sticking his hand out, trying to catch one of them. And as you call out the name Joffrey, you hear a cry of disappointment go up from the wake as a soul bounces off the surface of the water and right into Wayne's hand. Wayne doesn't know what the fuck to do with it. It's like he's holding a wriggling fish as the thing is skirting around trying to find an entrance somewhere. Do any of you have a glass bottle of some sort?
We're the
Vial.
Wildcats. What type of question is that?
All right, so I know. I just wanted the response of like, do you guys have some sort of glass bottle?
No way.
No way.
Virtually unheard of, you know?
All right, Wildcats managed to, of course, procure and present a small glass bottle, which Wayne sort of like flicks this wriggling worm-like thing into the bottom and claps his hand over the top and stands there with a shell-shocked look on his face, holding on to it. He looks at all the rest of you and says, Is that him? Is he?
That's what's missing of him. We need to bring him home.
Yep. And I reckon the way that you free him and put him back into his body is slap his body with the fish. I reckon. 100%.
I was thinking something a bit more like graphic, like shoving it down his throat. Because it's fine. It's trying to find like something. So like that's the better orifice of the other possible orifices.
You got to make him shelve it so it goes directly into his blood.
Shelve it. All right, now gently spread.
And cough for me.
Cough. Spread.
Get on all fours.
If nothing
Cough
comes
for me,
out,
so.
we gotta shove it back in.
Gabby, I'm 12 years old and I'm pregnant as fuck.
Zane, you can't be doing that while I'm streaming, man. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so. Well. Okay, so. They heard that. My partner just came in here and farted.
It was glorious.
This is what happens when I turn off my noise cancellation. It reeks too. I'm a blessed woman.
Left you
Yeah.
with
I'm
the
a blessed
president.
woman. I'm a blessed woman. I'm a blessed
lucky.
woman. I'm a blessed woman.
I think we're just glad that there is a
Where's the
smell
holy water?
cancellation.
Yeah, I'm glad the smell cancellation too. Okay, so guys, you've managed to capture a soul of some description in a wriggling tadpole-looking thing in a glass bottle. And I imagine that you're going to command the captain to turn around and beat a hasty retreat back to the docks of Skellig. Am I correct in
Indeed.
assuming that?
Whip whip.
Right
Whip,
to
whip.
our
I'm in no hurry.
Rawhide,
I'm
let's
actually,
go.
I feel invigorated and
You do.
I'm loving it
You
close
do.
to the water.
You do, despite the fact that you're like took some psychic damage. Are we going down the lane? No. Alright, so we're activating this one. Alright, so you guys, I'm just gonna expedite things slightly. You guys managed to make it back, like, because you all rolled pretty well in your initial, like, interactive rolls. You're
Engagement.
fine. Exactly. So you guys managed to make it back to the quarters just fine. I'm going to go to the bathroom really quickly, and then I'll be back to manage the rest of this. Sorry, chat. We'll be back in just a second.
I'm gonna go pop the kettle on so I can have some noodles, yeah?
Sounds good. Alrighty, and we're back, team. Okay, so you guys managed to make it back. Just for expediency's sake, you don't run into any bullshit. The wind is favourable the whole way. There are moments there where you nearly got becalmed. You felt a slight nudge on the boat as if something was helping you along to shore. But you managed to make it back. You managed to make it back to the garrison headquarters. And Diana and Samara dip off to grab our boy Joffrey from Master Erlot's quarters. So those two aren't here for the moment. Neither is Wayne, actually, because he goes with them. But you three make it back. What would you like to do from here?
I'm gonna turn to Zane and just ask. So, you have any more of an idea of what you are now? What happened while you were
man.
gone?
You've changed a lot. We know that you don't really have much of an idea, but we're damn sure that you're not telling us all there is to the story.
So I met my mother, right?
You didn't know her before?
No. It's kind of like a distant dream, but the more that I spoke to her, the more I started to see, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Really? But
The more
I
that
can see what you mean.
I could recollect.
And
So you
this
know
was-
when you're dreaming, right, and you think it's a dream, and you wake up and you realize it's a dream. This is the opposite. It's like I've been living life and that was the dream, and now
You've been sleeping the
I've
whole time
woken
and you're
up
finally awoken.
that dream.
okay.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? Is it different? Is it crazy? Does it feel right?
Different, crazy. Right. Yes.
Bang on the head, Nura.
And she turns out to be the protector of like everything that is good in this region, which is nice.
So she's basically the patron of this region.
You could call her that. I just call her mother though.
And this all
So-
happened while you were, after you had hit the black pillar.
Yeah.
Did you
Turned
happen to
into
meet
a
anyone
jellyfish.
else?
What was that?
Did you happen to meet anybody else?
Not anybody, I guess. More like a personality not attached to a body. And
So
I interacted with them again, and that would be my sibling. I think. Don't have brother, sister. It doesn't know what it is, so
Right. So you have a mother that is basically a goddess. You have siblings that technically don't exist on this plane. And you've now come back as a completely different person.
And you
Yeah,
can
that sounds about
fucking
right.
control water. What's with that?
Yeah, what the hell, man?
I don't know. I can kind of just look at the water and think what I want it to do, and it seems to want to do what I want it to do, I guess.
So you're telling me Zane, the Brigantian guard who has never seen an ounce of magic in his life,
Fey blind completely.
and normal blind, may I add,
And normal blind.
Fey blind and regular blind.
is now able to control the elements. Wow, you must have really gone under rebirth while
I
you were
wouldn't
down
say
there.
elements. I'd say element.
Element.
Just
No,
one,
yes, that's being
actually.
pedantic.
Anyone actually.
No luck imagining them elements then. Oh, it's just one element, actually. Shame!
So surely your mother being a goddess, aside from all of the motherly things that I'm sure she had to say, was there anything else? I mean, like I said, she's the protector of these regions, so surely she'd know what else is wrong.
Well, she did tell me she was stuck. And she was
Stuck.
locked away. And I took part in hopefully setting her free. I mean, I could go over to the water and ask her.
What exactly do you mean by that?
I don't know. Something that she said to me, so I guess I just stick my head in the water and speak to it.
I mean, if you're up for it, I'm sure we'd all like a show.
Show us some more of that power that you've got now.
All right. So you guys want to go out to the little like boat dock that's outside of these garrison quarters?
Like excited
I actually
school
want to
children.
find a spot that isn't too human invaded. Like,
Okay. So
I want to find like a natural, like, opening to the water.
all right.
An
So
estuary.
yeah, if you guys walk out of this building, you do see that there's like a little bit of a cove sort of built in around to the side. So if you guys walk out the door,
Mm-hmm.
show you around here, depending on how your vision's looking. Yeah, you guys can see it. So it's just like a little cove over here
Oh, yeah.
that you can see this way. There's no one around there. It is kind of late at night at this point. You know, after traveling to and fro on the boat, it's roughly like 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. Right now, there's not really many people around. They're either working on the repair efforts or helping with the wounded and rebuilding the town. So, if you want to explore here, you can, or you can tell me where you want to go. In terms of like, you know, like
I think
that
that's
guard
like the
post that was
most
out there on the
natural
sandbars.
place you're gonna find from what I can say of the map. Everywhere else is like stone and dock and wood.
Yeah,
So-
that's the most
Yeah.
natural.
Just sand.
So I would just stand probably around about right here.
All right. All right. So you guys move to the edge of the water.
Can you,
Sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to ask Zane if he can actually breathe underwater.
Oh, Zane, this one.
When I was setting the charges, it didn't seem like I was underwater. I just breathed, I guess.
You were down there for about 20, 30 minutes, it seemed. It's ridiculous.
Oh.
It's closer to an hour, but yes,
An hour?
point
Oh.
stands.
I have no sense of time.
Well, I
No,
wasn't
I,
it's
holding
just
my
the
breath.
time in this game passing is all sorts of fun.
I am an elf. 30 minutes there now. It's nothing to me.
Alright, so kind of want to reach out with my mind and then touch the surface of the water. And I just want to like project my thoughts into the water and just ask how was the feast and see if I get a response.
All right. So, Zane, can I get you to make a wisdom check this time? Not a wisdom save, but a
Wisdom check.
Yes.
Ah, but I get better rolls with saves.
Check, man. You're not saving against anything here. You established the bounds of communication. So,
So that is a 16. Yes. I need to make
16
sure it
total?
wasn't a 19 upside down. Yeah, I don't have any like modifiers to intelligence.
so as you stick your head into the water, are you sticking your head or just your hand?
So I'm reaching out with my mind, but I'm touching the surface of the water. I'm making contact with it.
All right. So as you place your hand across the surface of the water, Aelirith and Kinura, can I get you both to make a perception check, please?
Mm-hmm.
21.
21.
Okay.
We are
awesome.
winning.
21. So as you guys watch Zane sort of like wade a little bit out into the water and place his hand upon the surface, as you're watching him, you guys see what looks like some sort of bioluminescence slowly start to gather around Zane's hand as he's placed it on the surface of the water. Like, you know how those beaches in the Pacific Ocean sometimes get those bioluminescent algae along the shoreline? That's basically what happened. Bioluminescent algae. That's what's happening around Zane's hand right now as he's placed it in the surface of the water. So it's same sort of color, same sort of like fluid light as he places his hand down. And Zane, as you reach out with your mind and ask the question, like, did you eat your fill? You don't hear a response in words, in so much as you feel a sensation in your chest of just like warmth and sleepiness, the same way that you feel after having a huge meal and you're safe at home and you're comfortable. There's no words, it's just that sensation inside your chest. It's almost like the wake has eaten too much to be like able to communicate with you.
It's food.
Can I do the same thing again and ask if our mother's there? Or if she can hear me.
Can I get you to make an insight check at advantage here, please?
Alright.
See if you can understand.
Insights plus
coming
3.
way.
That's a 3 plus 3, which is a 6. And then I get to roll again. That's a nat 20 plus 3. I'm happy with that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
The nat 20, the initial mess of sensations and feelings that you get are kind of difficult to understand, but the more that you sort of focus in down on them, like, because the wake isn't communicating with you in a way that's right now easy for you to understand, but the information that you're getting from the wake as it's communicating with you tells you that there is but one thing holding her back from being free. And you get the suggestion of an image in your mind of a dragon's skull. And you again get the image in your mind of a wind-blasted spot on the very top of the heads. And then you get the sensation of someone rolling over and going back to sleep. Like basically telling you, get out of my room, shut the door on your way out. It's not
All right.
communicated so much in words, it's more just sensations and sights and smells and feeling.
Alright. I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna look at Ellerith and Kishnura and be like, it worked.
What
So
did she say?
what happened? What did she say?
So my mother's still stuck. My sibling is acting like a sibling. But I guess we gotta go back to the top of the heads. And I guess we have to fuck up a dragon skull.
Are you sure about that? I mean, I'm not doubting you, just... That seems like quite
A destructive way.
and a strong suggestion, too. Like, telling you exactly what to do.
Well, I don't know if that's exactly what to do, but as for a dragon skull, my first instinct is to smash the dragon skull into a million pieces.
So
See, the
you
old
were...
saying is there.
You were shown an image and I guess a feeling was encouraged. Is that the communication it does?
I guess so, but I'm still trying to figure out the communication stream. So I don't know. Maybe I can, if I'm underwater, actually speak to them. I don't know, but for now, that's what
We've got
we
a directive. We might as well make that our next little bit to clean up here.
Right?
All right.
So Zane, as you walk out of the water, leaving the contact with it, you feel almost a slight grasp at your feet as in it's saying, oh no, don't go. Only for a split second. And then it releases you and it lets you walk back on the shore. And as you turn around and look, those motes of light, that bioluminescence, sort of dissolve out into the water, like stars sprinkling across the sky until you can no longer see them.
Do I understand that that's the wake saying, like asking that?
No,
Or-
it's not the wake saying or doing anything. It's just your contact with the water being broken.
Okay. I see.
The wake's just being a classic sibling, just saying, "Get the fuck out of my room. Go ask mum.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't care." Also, Fluffy says that we're on their living room TV. No pressure. So,
Oh gosh.
thank you, Fluffy.
All right,
Appreciate-
everybody do a backflip.
Oh fucking. Oh. They have to do like IRL.
Yes, yes, yes.
All the way back.
hang on. I got something to add to that. Hang on, ready?
Oh.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, secret gang. Wait, we're all secret love gang.
Okay, very good. All right, so we're going to move up to the heads at night. The
Well, I don't
moon's-
care. I'm walking there. I'm amped.
Just to establish what the night's looking like. Every night you've been in Skellig, the entire time you've been here, it's either been raining, storming, cloudy, anything. But tonight, it's a full moon. The sky is clear. The wind is down. The stars are out.
We're marching with a purpose to the top of
We're
that
fairly
fucking thing.
invigorated.
Yeah.
Because we're men. We can
Manly
do
men.
anything.
Quick,
Another
quick.
We're in
women.
tight,
To the
tight
heads.
tights.
Mhm.
Men. We're men in tights. We roll around the Feywild looking for fights. We may look like pansies, but watch out your face or else we'll put out your lights. Also,
Hell yes.
Robin Hood Men in Tights is one of the best movies ever made, and I will not hear any arguments about it. It's excellent. I was talking to my mum about it earlier on today because we caught up with my dad and my brother. My dad's just had heart surgery yesterday, and he came out of it and he's all fine. But we caught up with because he got out of surgery stuff today, so we caught up for brunch with my brother and his wife who were down south for a funeral. And yeah, Mum was telling me that there were like 4 movies that we had on tape when I was a kid that got worn out to the point that we couldn't watch them anymore, and that was the Gina Davis Treasure Island, Robin Hood Men in Tights, The Never Ending Story, and The Land Before Time, the first one. Those 4 movies was like what my brother and I grew up on as kids. So it makes complete perfect sense that I am now a Dungeons and Dragons player in my 30s. Like if you put all of those things together, that's like the actual perfect campaign, right? All right, so it's the middle of the night. You guys are heading up towards the heads. Whew, okay. Exciting. All right, let me just see if I can remember which map I had for this movie. I really just wish this.
I feel sorry for anything we encounter on the way to those ends.
Yeah, actually, speaking of, can I get you guys to all roll d20s, please? Just
We're
click the
hoping we
D20s.
roll low. 14.
13.
19.
Okay, you
Natural.
passed the DC.
No
Let's
bullshit
go.
meter.
No bullshit
No
meters
bullshit
at all
meter.
time low.
I've finished my drink. I need to go get another.
Get another one. You got time. I'm just trying to find. This is one. Okay. Right, so let's go into.
Oh. All right. So I'm assuming we're meant to go to the cave that we didn't enter last time. We were there.
I
The
mean,
one which yelled at us. Yelled at Nura.
well, yelled at me and then gave me the dragon sick.
The big sick
Well,
TM.
You don't got no
Mhm.
sickness now, right?
Oh, she
Mhm.
doesn't.
Nope. So we're gonna walk in there, big dick energy, and go, bitch, you're being evicted. Get the fuck out.
Swaying your horns around like you own the place.
That's it.
Oh.
Fat cock steez from Kinura right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so you guys managed to make it up to this part of the heads without any sort of like fuckery. You know, it's kind of getting towards the middle of the night now, but the moon and the stars are still shining bright and clearly down upon you as the mist seems to have lifted themselves off the area of Skellig. Kinura, can I get you to make a constitution check as we walk up these hills towards the heads?
Sure can.
While she's doing that, can I also do a check to see if I see anything familiar from the images that popped up in my head? So that would be insight? I don't know what that would be.
History?
Potentially history.
Yeah,
but
it'll be a history check. Also, welcome to the
History?
chat, Dark Hunter MDC. Hey, buddy, how you going?
I got a 10.
Got a 10. All right, Kinura, your
yeah, I
back
got a 10
is
also, actually.
Kinura, your back is really starting to hurt. Like, really starting to hurt. it's starting to get very, very uncomfortable.
So like a meth head scratched at their skin sort of
Yeah.
a situation?
Yeah,
Ooh.
quite sore.
Great.
Quite sore.
Arrgh.
Feels hot and uncomfortable, but at the
Ugh.
same time, this sense of power in your chest is doing nothing but growing. It's like there's a hot coal being fanned inside you the further and further up these hills that you make it. So, as you approach the mouth of this cave, where previously you got blasted with a wave of force that hurt you, you walk to the front of this cave, Kinura, and you feel nothing but a sense of power and righteousness.
Hell
You have
yeah,
a
brother.
moment of what feels like you have something crushed beneath your foot and you're looking down on it. It's the sensation of that. Not that you've actually done it, but it's just the sensation of looking down on something that you are infinitely more powerful than.
Conquering something wholeheartedly, it's
Yes,
destroyed.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, boys, it's in here. Let's go.
All right, you're going in here.
We're going in head first.
All right.
Can I walk in like smashing my maces together?
You can, but
The tension
Kinura's
of
going in
whatever the
first.
fuck's in?
You can, but Kinura's going in first.
I'm happy with that.
Hell yeah, brother.
I think we're going to
Hell yeah, brother.
this one here. I'm just gonna have to recycle this map. Hold on. All right, so. Sorry, Zane, you will recognize this map, but the rest of them don't. I don't know if I should use this one. Actually, I'm going to repurpose this just quickly. Please hold one moment, please, stream. Thank you for bearing with me. I just have to find the right map. I just have to find the right map for this one.
Yes. I am
Alrighty,
here.
guys, we are back. Thank you for waiting, everyone. Much appreciated. Okay, so you guys managed to make your way through the cave, and as you do so, it's a very short sort of cave, right? But as you pop out the other side, Kinura, this is the other side of the heads, and despite how the map looks right now, like it's starting to it looks almost like it's raining, but it doesn't really accurately describe how it feels as you guys walk out into this open space, this jutting point of map. You guys can feel free to walk forward if you like.
Does it look sun bleached?
I'll let
It
Mira
looks
lead the way.
like if the weather wasn't as weird as it is right now, it would be sun bleached. But as we move forward, it's raining out of nowhere. There's not a cloud in the sky, but there is a sort of mist and rain and heaviness in the air. You start to feel the hair rise off your head as you get closer and closer to this point at the edge of the heads. There's lightning in the air here. There is a power as yet unclaimed. Kenura, this thing is sitting in front of you. It looks like a sword on the map, but that's only because I had to repurpose something. I didn't have this one ready for us to go tonight. So, in place of this sword, it looks almost like a sword, but it's a spur of bone sticking out from this point up a couple of steps on this plinth right now. The bone looks ancient and lightning scarred and burnt and worn away by years and years of weather. You guys feel the weather closing around you as Kenura takes the first step onto the plinth. Kenura, can I get you to please make a Constitution saving throw for me?
By the way, you have a
Yes.
+2 to Constitution saving throws.
Yep, it's already in my roll because I'm rolling straight out of
From me as well.
Fo-
So on top of that.
An extra to +2.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah.
If it'll let me do that.
I'm happy with this character
Might
that we've
be.
created.
I got an 8.
An 8 including the other one?
So...
My regular bonus plus the extra +2.
Oh wow,
plus
you
4.
rolled like a 4? No
Okay,
way.
Kenura, do you want to use your DM inspiration here?
I think that'd be good. I will use my
Okay.
DM inspiration.
If you want to use your DM inspiration, I'm going to get you roll again at advantage. So you get 2 more rolls.
Ooh,
Both of
those, the extra
freebies, we
+2?
love those.
I want this to go off for you, and I will make it happen one way or another. So,
So both of those rolls, including the extra +2.
Mhm.
yep. So add +4 to those rolls.
All
I'm
right,
also
so
giving you
that's a
bardic inspiration
17.
die.
Ooh.
Okay, and then +6 as well.
Extra 1d8.
D8 as well. Okay.
I just want to see what she rolled. Just roll a d8. I want to see the total of this one roll.
Plus 1d8 +2. Okay, that one was just 13, but my first roll at advantage was a 17.
Okay. What was the D8 result for that one? Okay.
I put it into the bonus.
Okay.
I actually put it into
the
the formula.
d8 was a 1.
Yeah. So that's an
Oh,
18.
it tells you?
Yeah, it tells me. That was an 18
Yeah.
total, Kenura. That's a pass.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you what happens as you reach up and walk up the steps to this fragment of bone sticking out of the rock in front of you. You reach out to touch it, and a spark of the same green and black color as the other dragon who had territory here before you was colored. You feel the heat of a flash of lightning as the spark makes contact with your finger, and the same flashing of black and green, black and green, black and green rushes across your scales again. And that heat and discomfort that you've been feeling in your shoulders this entire time comes to an absolutely crippling peak as you fall to your knees in front of this bone spur, with one of your clawed hands still gripping it. The other two, you hear a ripping noise and a crack as a bolt of lightning strikes Kenura and dances between her horns and dances around every other point of her body as her cloak rips across the back. And from And from within, you guys can see this because you're both facing her back. You watch as a pair of wings unfurls from her shoulders and flicks out. Crack! They're the same colour as Kinura's lovely copper skin, usually burnished, almost gold, in the light of the moon and the stars. And you see her flex them once, twice. As Kinura, you feel this rush of indeterminate power washing away all pain and all discomfort that you might have felt as these things were growing themselves out of your shoulders. And you stand up, and as you do so, the bone sunk into the stone in front of you crumbles away to ash. As you climb to the top of the plinth, unfurl your wings, and leap off the edge of the cliff.
Imagine if she has to roll something to see
She
if
doesn't
she
have to
glides
roll-
us.
she doesn't
or
have to
flies
Roll a
down.
flight check.
No, guys,
Rolls
honestly,
a nat 1.
she doesn't have to roll anything here, as the rain and the thunder and the ominous presence of the weather diminish, and the skies clear up, and the two of you rush to the edge of the cliff to look down, to watch your friend fall to her death, maybe, and you both see nothing for about 4 or 5 seconds, until you hear a whoop of joy and exultation as you witness Kinura catch the flight of warm air coming off the surface of the lake and come spinning up past by you, wings unfurled, sitting in front of you for a split second, a huge grin across her draconic face as she claps her wings together and dives again. And you see her glide out across the surface of the lake, the moonlight shining across her brand new coppery scales as she whoops and hollers, experiencing the joy of flight across her domain of the Lake of Skellig.
Do
Your
I
girl.
feel anything in this moment?
You do, Zane. You feel a sense of soft breaking, of relief. And you hear a voice in your head, very quiet, but there nonetheless, as the last droplet of water rolls off your forehead from the rain out of nowhere that was before. You hear a thank you, and you feel the embrace of your mother wrap around your shoulders again for a moment until it dissipates again.
Alright.
Then we're going to end the session there. Farewell. Good night. We'll see you next week for more fun stuff. More big things are going to happen.
Oh yeah.
We're in for it next week, team. All right. Good night.
You know,
Okay, let me go
I think
pee
that's
and then we'll
the
decompress.
The shortest stream we've ever had.
That is literally the shortest.
that's it.
That was what, two and a half hours. 2.5 hours. That's it.
I want more. No. I can't believe she's done me like
Have
this.
to wait a week. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Fuck yes.
Have a raven here.
Woo, 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 woo. Wait, have you got one of those
Smart bulbs,
controlled
yeah.
ones?
Yeah.
I want to get one of those.
I only just realized that I had one.
We're still.
I want to
live
get
on
one
the
because this is
stream, by the
my
way.
house now. Is it?
Yeah, she has an
I thought she had an
yes.
extreme.
No.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh well, we're still here.
It is our job to entertain. Dance, boys.
No.
All right, fam. I think we might raid out here, actually. With some people.
Hell yeah.
Find someone to raid out to.
Ba, ba, ba.
Okay.
Let me open this doc. Ba, ba, ba.
Also, the background music for this map fucking slaps. Holy shit.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna give like a brief outline in the Google Docs. Your descriptive words and the way you write makes more sense to even me than my own writing.
It do be like that. It really do be like that.
Yeah.
Alright, how do we rate again, guys?
Slash
I
raid,
don't
and then you type the name. I'm gonna do like dot points because I can't make sentences to save my life.
Are you just writing the write up for the session?
Yeah, just a brief like outline. Then you can just add the filler of additional things that I either don't remember.
Mm.
Now I can do the next chapter of my backstory. Because I sort of had to think about it, and I thought, like, you know, the whole point of me being called and put on the path of heroism instead of being feral bastard was so that I'd learn it. But now that I've actually got land to preside, I think that was